none of us, even though we're going to say he's a rookie quarterback, these are growing pains, and it's all true. None of us, I don't care what you thought, how tough it would be. None of us thought Caleb would look like that yesterday.
No.
None of us.
I didn't think he'd be that inaccurate because I think accuracy is one of his strengths.
Yeah. Our old buddy Dan Durkin was texting me early. He was on the show for a couple of years ago with us weekly. He texted me immediately. He said, Sylvie, the ball's not coming out of his hands the right way. And this was very early. And it was at the accuracy, like you said. And this is where Belichick would have been right. Like where Belichick, when we were defending him about the 10 of 20 in the preseason, where I thought some of the accuracy issues were tied to mainly 2 or 3 bad series in that second preseason game he played. This is where he was very inaccurate.
Well, in one of my hallmarks, one of the things I preach about, especially young quarterbacks, is take your layups, especially for him because he's got so much talent around him in the huddle. And you keep talking about or hearing them talk about this point guard role, especially early in his career. There were several times where he tried to take the layups and he didn't hit them.
Okay, so we all know that it wasn't good, and he needs to be better. The question is, and you said something very interesting in our pre-show fist fight. How concerned are you?
I'm not concerned at all.
0.
Yeah, what would I be concerned with? I don't feel any differently today than I did before the ball went in the air on Sunday. It was bad. Like, there's a lot of bad quarterback play yesterday. Look, he's got to be better. I'm not ignoring that. I'm not making any excuses for him. He was bad. And again, I thought his accuracy was way off, which a lot of times can be tied to your fundamentals and your footwork and getting the ball out quick. It's a really tough matchup when the interior of your offensive line, something I've preached forever that has scared me, especially with a quarterback who's not 6'5". Young quarterbacks who are a little bit height challenged. He's not height challenged, but you know what I'm saying. He's not Matt Ryan. He's not 6'5", are bothered by pressure that comes from inside and right straight from in front of your face.
So you would think you would take care of the interior of the offensive line.
That's another conversation. But that's one of the things that had me concerned. How many times did you see the ball tipped yesterday? At least 3.
Yes.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, right.
I thought he was inaccurate, which again, I think can be the result of bad footwork. I think he had a bad day. Like there were a couple of situations where he was just off the mark with Keenan Allen on routes in the middle of the field, like stick routes and little slant routes. And the ball just wasn't there. I didn't think it was a good performance by him.
All right. So scale of 0 to 10.
But by the way, let me
add
add this as well. The one thing that you do take from it as he wasn't good, but there were no catastrophic mistakes. Yes. Look across the other sideline where you could sit and say, well, Will Levis played better. At the end of the day, Will Levis was out there giving the ball away.
Here's Matt Eberflus on that.
Yeah, I think he would say that too. Just his footwork a little bit off at times, but again, he threw a lot of good passes too. So met with him this morning, and that was really about it.
His vision, as far as like,
I thought his vision was good. Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he saw it well. I thought he saw the coverage contours. He saw 0. Them adjusted on the fly. In terms of post snap, I thought he did a nice job. My evaluation was he took care of the football, which he did all day. In the pocket. I know he had the 2 sacks, but did a nice job of taking care of the football. And that was really the difference in the game. The quarterback on the opposing team had the giveaways and we didn't.
So, again, that's your point. And we've seen here, and I saw Cuddy yesterday, we've seen where Jay has had a 4 interception game. We were just talking about the 10 quarterback rating that Rex had, where he had, 3 interceptions?
I think so.
3 or 4 against Arizona, was it, Meller?
Was 4, yeah.
4. We've seen those games. So, that's the bright spot, at least. I can't get on board that I'm 0 concerned like you, because I wake up concerned. That's me in a nutshell. I do wake up concerned. So I'm not a 7 or I'm not a 5, but I'm like, I'm a 2 or a 3.
Coming in what was your concern level? Coming into the game,
I didn't think he would be a star. I did not think there was any chance it would look that bad.
I got it. I'm with you. I didn't think so either. But are you changing how you think his career in the NFL
Not
will go?
career, but could it be a rougher ride the entire I don't know.
But we've said all along there are going to be ups and there are going to be downs.
I'm not panicking.
When you say my level of concern, I would say this to you. I know how hard this position is to play at this level in this league. My feeling about him is no different today than it was yesterday before the ball went in the air. None. Zero change. So I'm not going to suggest to you that yesterday I thought he was a surefire Hall of Famer, but I think he's going to have a really good career in this league. And based on what I saw yesterday, my opinion hasn't changed. So one game isn't going to change what. This was a really tough assignment too. Like, first of all, you've got a defensive coordinator calling defenses for the first time. There's some talent on that side of the ball. You didn't know what you were going to get because there's no film out there of them. The interior of your offensive line is a weakness. Not your fault. That's the way the team was built by your general manager. It's something they're going to have to address, but it's something I think that is a problem for a young quarterback. And I've said it so often, I've bored myself with it. So not only do you not know what you're going to get from this defense, this is a tough matchup on the interior because of what they bring with Sweat and Simmons. And that is the weakness of your offensive line. So like you factor this all together and I can explain away some of it. Look, again, I don't think he's going to consistently miss the throw that he missed to Keenan Allen. Okay. I don't think Keenan Allen's going to drop a lot of touchdown passes.
Of course.
Like, so I get it. It sounds like I'm making excuses. I'm just trying to play this real. I think there's going to be more good than bad. If we get 3 games into this thing and he's still missing Keenan Allen running down the field and Keenan Allen's still dropping passes and he's boinking it off of helmets, then I'll change where I am. But based on yesterday, no.
Okay. Well, how do you guys feel? 332-3776. Bongwater Chad, you're on ESPN 1000. What's up, Chad?
Shalom, gentlemen. Happy Victory Monday.
You too.
I think, honestly, you touched on it. In the past, this is a game that the Bears have no chance to come back in at all. And if they do, they choke it away at the end. The past couple years, we've been what the Titans did. We've choked away. We've had bad special teams. We've thrown bad interceptions in the past. So to see them not only come back, but to hold the lead, even with as inept as the offense was, gives me a feeling for a first time in a long time with this team that, you know what, when we're down, we're not out of it. And, you know, when we have a lead, we can hold it, which is something that I haven't felt with this team in a very long time. And as far as Caleb goes, it's a rookie. It's his first game. It was terrible. There's no sugarcoating it. It was terrible, but it can really only go up from here is the way I'm looking at it. So I agree with Tom. I'm not really concerned about it at all.
Chad, there's 2 things. First of all, I agree with the immense confidence in the defense. I'll just tell you this, though, from my own perspective, you play like that against C.J. Stroud, you ain't coming back from it. You're going to get an L. You play like that against Jared Goff, you're going to get an L. Like those quarterbacks are going to make you pay.
Especially their run games, too.
Yes, you're not going to get the Will Levis, hey, how you doing treatment. Okay, so I'm just saying, I agree. I have tremendous confidence in this defense and the special teams, but you can't overall play like that as a team. And the other thing quickly I'll say is this. I think referencing back to Caleb also, what you're reminded of as well is that the preseason in a lot of ways is a mirage. You're playing against 2s and 3s. Nobody's game planning for you. So this is when he stepped on the field yesterday, he was in an entirely different universe.
Yes.
Versus even Buffalo, against Cincinnati or anything.
The 2s and the 3s.
You're playing against 1s. You got 2 grown-ass men trying to rip your helmet off coming at you from the A-gaps. And you finally have a defense that you don't know much about because they've got a new coordinator and they're game planning for you. So, there's a learning curve that will exist. And I think that at least for me, I'm going to wait a while before I come to any long-term conclusions.